Imagine waking up and, before you even open your eyes, feeling that tightness in your chest, followed by a silent rush. The clock has barely changed time, but thoughts are already overcoming calm, as if someone pressed the alarm clock button inside your head. Now think. What if transforming these first hours of the day were simpler than it seems? This is where our breakfast comes into play, as the first light for a new beginning. Today, I'm going to show you how small changes to your breakfast can eliminate anxiety, make room for lighter mornings, and even bring back that spontaneous smile in the mirror. No complicated recipes or secret ingredients. What you will discover here is practical, accessible, and can be effortlessly adapted to the lives of those who have seen many winters pass by, but want to reap more peaceful mornings. I'm going to share a whole new take on how the first meal can become an anti-stress ritual, capable of strengthening body, mind, and heart. Why talk about anxiety to people over 60? Because throughout life, few talk about how the body changes after each decade. It's not just a head thing. Feelings of rigidity, that shortness of breath, worrying about everything at once. It feels like the morning stage is filled with invisible spectators waiting for the next scene. For many, coffee no longer solves everything. Routine calls for different solutions in a way that only those with experience know how to appreciate. Did you know that more than 70% of elderly people report frequent anxiety when waking up? This does not appear in family photos, but it is present in the way they walk, in their colder hands, and even in their desire to stay in bed longer. These are high numbers, which show that this feeling is not an exception, but a rule disguised as normality. Breathing moment. Notice how your body feels now. Any tension in your shoulders? When starting the day, small choices are like watering the roots of the garden within us. Remember when a coffee and cake solved the world? Today, the secret may be to vary the ingredients, adjust the rhythm, and laugh at yourself when you run into the kitchen looking for sugar. Morning smiles fit at any age. And, like good gardening, this care begins before the sun heats up the entire yard. Let's take the next step of this ritual together. Returning to our morning kitchen, let's think about Gabriel. He was always one of those who woke up early, ready to face the day. But lately, everything has changed. Today, when you open your eyes, your first desire is to stay under the covers for another 10 minutes, escaping that uncomfortable feeling that comes along with the light through the window. Sometimes your hands shake when holding the coffee cup, and the sound of the kettle seems like an annoying whistle rather than a sign of comfort. He realizes that any small obstacle is enough to take away the desire to walk in the square or make a phone call to his grandson. What changed in Gabriel was subtle, a discomfort that came little by little, almost unnoticed, until the moment when mornings started to sound like a challenge to be overcome, not like a gift waiting to be opened. Morning anxiety isn't just a passing discomfort. In older people, it can trigger a chain of very concrete sensations. Harder muscles, accelerated thinking, even the appetite disappears, and commitments begin to seem like mountains. There is a technical term called cortisol, a stress hormone released especially in the early hours of the day. Imagine the body trying to protect itself, but overdoing the dose. The result is that persistent cold in the stomach, little enthusiasm, and an attentive look at small concerns. Did you know that around 40% of people over the age of 60 report worsening anxiety at dawn compared to other times of the day? This information is not in the newspapers, nor in conversations at the fair, but it even affects how hot bread with butter is enjoyed. It seems silly, but those who live it understand how everything changes in small details. Is there really only one complicated or distant solution to this daily challenge now? How many times have you caught yourself thinking that anxiety was a thing for restless youth? Breathing moment. Close your eyes for 3 seconds. When was the last time you woke up wanting to hum while setting the table? The memories of old mornings still live here. Who has never felt the smell of coffee invade the hallway and thought that happiness was really something very simple? There is still room for new things between one restrained laugh and another, while the roots of your internal garden are becoming stronger. And precisely in these intervals, different paths emerge that break old patterns. You know that idea that anxiety only improves with medication? Have you ever heard someone say, "It's age, there's nothing you can do, only medication can solve it"? It makes you want to answer, "And the fresh bread, the soothing cup of tea, and the warm hug of routine, don't they count?" Many studies show that adjusting your breakfast and waking up rhythm can reduce your body's symptoms by up to 35%, even without medication. When Ms. Lucia swapped her black coffee for a bowl of oatmeal and banana, her shoulders felt lighter and she was ready to sweep the yard again. Now comes another belief, which surprises many people. Many are surprised to discover that breakfast is much more than just any meal to line the stomach. Anyone who has ever cared for plants knows the first watering and the right dose of light make all the difference for the rest of the day. Same thing happens with our mornings. Research shows that those who adopt an intentional morning ritual increase the feeling of relaxation and mental clarity early in the morning by up to 40%. Do you notice how a simple detail, like choosing chamomile tea instead of black coffee, even changes the way we walk down the hallway? If you've ever noticed that a rushed breakfast leaves your body restless for the rest of the day, you've already seen this effect in practice. Contrary to what is generally thought, putting together a calming breakfast is not difficult or expensive. You don't need to become a chef or learn recipes worthy of a TV show. Just focus on small adjustments, adding seeds to the yogurt, reducing the sugar, playing soft music at the table. These are small changes that, like caring for a new seedling in the garden, at first go almost unnoticed, but soon blossom. I wanted to take this opportunity to invite you. Tell me in the comments what your mornings are like. When was the last time you felt really good right after waking up? What changed? And enjoy. If you liked this conversation and want to receive other content that makes your routine easier, subscribe to the channel and click like. Breathing moment. Think now of something simple and light that you can try tomorrow morning. All of this prepares the ground for a new morning ritual, more colorful, tastier, and of course, with that hint of good humor of someone who has seen a lot of fashion go by, but has never given up on cultivating what matters. What if you tried swapping black coffee for a calming tea first thing in the morning? Many people notice that chamomile or lemon balm tea, in addition to warming their hands, brings an immediate feeling of relaxation. Let the water almost boil. Add a teaspoon of dry herb, simmer for 5 minutes, and serve without sugar or with a drizzle of honey. The body thanks you, and for those over 60, this choice can avoid skyrocketing pressure in the early hours of the day. An infallible trick? Prepare the infusion in your own cup before going to bed, and the next morning, just heat it slightly. Practicality makes all the difference. During breakfast, have you tried including oats in your recipes? Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't just need to be used in porridge. Oats release fibers that help calm the stomach and, little by little, control the release of energy. For those looking for balance on longer days, starting with oats leaves the body less restless and the appetite constant. Mix 2 tablespoons of oats in a pot of natural yogurt. Add half a chopped banana and a teaspoon of chia seeds. Stir slowly and enjoy while taking a deep breath. The flavor is slightly sweet, and the ritual reinforces the atmosphere of self-care. A golden tip: leave the ingredients ready in the fridge at night. It's even easier to follow the ritual in the morning. Many people have discovered that varying the fruit for breakfast, instead of repeating the same fruit over and over again, also awakens new sensations. Replace the banana with an apple one day, or add some nuts to make everything crunchy. For elderly people, this small change stimulates memory, sensations, and even conversations over coffee. Have you thought about telling your family about your new concoction? If you want to try it, special mini recipe: add 2 tablespoons of oats, half a diced apple, a tablespoon of chopped walnuts, and enough yogurt to cover. Mix, decorate with a pinch of cinnamon, and that's it. Now I want to know, have you tried any different breakfast variations to make your day feel lighter? Write in the comments. Marta, for example, used to wake up in a hurry, but after trying tea and oatmeal, her hands felt less anxious and her smile appeared early. Transplanting new habits may seem strange at first, almost like learning to water a plant from the left, but soon flowers appear, even on cloudy mornings. Speaking of new flowers in the everyday garden, many forget the value of seeds and nuts for breakfast. What if you added some walnuts or almonds to your first meal of the day? In addition to providing crunchiness, these seeds are sources of tryptophan, that amino acid that helps our body produce serotonin, that is, a natural boost of well-being. Simply separate a tablespoon of cracked walnuts or sliced almonds and mix into your fruit or yogurt. The flavor changes, the texture surprises, and the energy is more constant, especially for those who feel tired early on. To make it practical, leave a small jar of these ingredients near the table so you don't forget. Many people rediscover the comforting taste of wholemeal bread with a generous layer of white cheese and thin slices of tomato. This simple combination nourishes, brings lightness, balances glycemia, the technical word for blood sugar, and makes the body function better all day long. Try it like this. Lightly toast a slice of wholemeal bread, spread with 2 tablespoons of white cheese, distribute 3 slices of tomato, and add a pinch of oregano. Feel the aroma and softness, taking a deep breath before taking the first bite. This mini recipe fits into any kitchen, reminds us of afternoon snacks at Grandma's house, and, as a bonus, fills the morning with a taste of childhood and an almost automatic smile. What about obstacles? It's common to forget to prepare or doubt whether it really changes something. Put a tip on the fridge door, arrange it with a friend, or involve the family. Remember that old wisdom: change little today, reap much tomorrow. Marta, after a week of adding up these changes, stopped feeling cold hands when she woke up and started opening the windows to let the sun in. Now, her anxiety visibly decreases. She talks to her neighbors smiling, puts on music while getting ready, and even forgets about the clock ticking in the kitchen. To recap, swap strong coffee for a calming tea, invest in oats, fruits, and seeds, create small affection rituals. The benefits are clearly felt: tension-free mornings, balanced energy, and spontaneous joy. Share in the comments which change seems most possible to you and why. Subscribe, turn on notifications, send this video to anyone who needs a calmer morning. Accept the challenge of the week. Create a new calming breakfast and report how you felt here. Soon I will bring new tips that reconnect body and soul in everyday life. By cultivating care every morning, even the shyest garden blooms.